okay. Once I got through that, it was like I left my husband.
Wrapped up, so consumed by all this hurt. If you ask me, don't know where to start.
And I went from in a townhome that we didn't have to pay no rent because of his job. And, I was like, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't in a good space. I was just in one of them places where it was empty life. And when I say empty life, like, it's like, what does life mean to you? That part, like, what are you dealing with? And at that moment, it was like my number one motto is life is life. You deal with life in different ways, but for me, you can't expect a change in life if you ain't changing yourself. It's like at the end of the day, things come up. If people get sick, everything comes up. I didn't expect my dad to get sick. I didn't expect my grandmother, neither one of them to die. So when it came down to being married, what was my life story at that moment? I told my husband, I prefer to be your friend than your wife because I don't know how to be her right now. I don't know that role. I don't know what I'm supposed to do for you. How am I supposed to help you? How am I supposed to take care of you? I don't know that. So at that point in my life, it was like, let me go and find who I am. If I can find me, maybe I can find us. But I didn't want to find us no more. I was done. I was tired. I was tired of the marriage. I was tired of everything. And I really and truly wanted him to be happy. We both grew up in this marriage. So these 10 years, it was a learning experience for both of us. Take what you learn and move forward with it. Take it and apply it to your day-to-day. We know what we don't want for somebody else that's coming. Don't carry no bags with you into the next marriage. Because I didn't give you a bag to carry. I gave you you. You gave me me. That was the best thing you could have ever gave me. So, in moving, in that year, my grandson was born, and I thought I was on the right path. I was really on the right path. In October of that year, 2014, I was sitting at my desk, and I do editing and all that. So, at that particular moment, I was editing a book, and everything started shifting. I was like, okay, maybe I've been sitting here too long, everything's just, the words just started moving. So I looked around, just maybe my eyes playing tricks here. I looked around and the room started shifting. So I was like, I started feeling clammy. So I got up, I went in my bathroom. My number one thing when I try to put myself in my Calgon moment, I lay on my floor in the bathroom. I pull up everything and I make sure because the floor is always cold. So I lay down and I wasn't getting no relief. The bathroom floor was just like wibble wobbling. So I said, okay, something's not right here. I crawled to my son's room and I said, I need to go to the emergency room. Got to the hospital. They told me I had vertigo. I came home. The next morning I woke up, my tongue started twisting a little bit and I couldn't walk. My leg kept bulking. My left leg kept bulking. And it was like my face was drooping a little bit. My mom was like, you need to go back to the hospital. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't want to scare nobody. So I was trying to still wear that coat of armor like I'm good. But they were walking me up and down the street because my leg just kept bulking. They was making me go up and down the stairs. Up and down. When I say up and down the stairs, them 5 stairs was the most crucial things in life. Even walking walking up the block and coming back, it was like horrible. In my tongue, my speech was slurring. So that Sunday I got up, let's go to the ER because I promised everybody. They immediately took me back. They took my blood pressure, they checked my heart, and put me in a room. So, I'm texting my son, I guess, I guess they looked at my little stuff and thought, hey, let's take her back here. You know, just texting them like, so I'm already back in the room when you get here. You know, just trying to make myself feel a little bit more important than what I was. The head doctor over the hospital came down. She walked in the room. She said, we get ready to admit you. For vertigo?
Right. I mean, for what?
For vertigo. So you know my mom, like, what's going on? She was like, don't tell me you about to admit her. Tell me what's going on. She said she's having a stroke. And my mom was like, when? She was like, now. She said she's having a stroke. She was like, her tongue twisting, her leg bulking, like this numbness and the small droop. She's having a stroke. She was like, this is considered a mini stroke. She said, but we don't know what's coming. She said she has a blood clot on her brain. And she showed my mom the blood clot. So they admitted me. You know, at first I'm like, a stroke? Like, I'll never be able to live again. I'll never be able to do all these things that I project. These things like... You know, so at the time, she started asking me questions. And that's when my mom started realizing something's wrong. Because they were asking me, like, little questions. Like, stuff about my dad, I couldn't answer them. Stuff about my children being born, I couldn't answer them. So it was like, here we go. Like, what's really going on here? Like, how all of a sudden you see a stroke, but the other day it was vertigo? You know, so I was in the hospital for a few days. At first they didn't want to walk me, but I became persistent. I persevered through a whole bunch of things. It took me a year to literally get back to fully functioning, walking correctly and speaking correctly. I went to speech therapy, physical therapy. I had a nurse. I have a stroke team. I have all that. You know, but at the same time, I was still depressed.